Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. Today we're unpacking something absolutely crucial, the ultimate career differentiator, which is mastering verbal communication. Whether you're navigating the highly competitive corporate landscapes of North America, Europe, or Australia, being able to articulate your thoughts clearly is without a doubt your greatest asset. It's literally the core tool you use to craft robust rapport, command respect, and truly differentiate yourself from the crowd. So let's jump right in and elevate your professional game. Okay, let's start by nailing down exactly what we mean here. Verbal communication is simply your ability to effectively connect with others, using your words to craft clear, active thoughts. Basically, it's about taking those complex ideas floating around in your head and making them known in a way that actually drives action. We're talking about the whole shebang, from casual small talk at a networking event to intense, high-stakes salary negotiations. And especially given Western professional standards, where directness is so highly valued, your ability to deliver your message clearly and accurately is exactly what's going to set you apart as a leader. To get the absolute most out of our time today, we're using a simple, highly effective framework. We'll cover the verbal advantage, the 4 types of communication, why this matters so much, how to improve your skills, and finally, putting it all into practice. Section 1. The verbal advantage, elevating your professional yield. Section 2. 4 types of communication, moving from the inside out. Starting inward, we have intrapersonal communication. This is the exchange of information within your own thoughts and feelings. It's actually pretty easy to overlook, but this is all about self-reflection. Before you ever speak a single word in a boardroom, you have to discern your own drives and emotions and figure out how your personal perspective might affect the people around you. Oftentimes, getting that internal dialogue going can be a bit trying, but it is incredibly valuable for setting the baseline of your professional persona. Moving outward, we hit interpersonal communication. This is your classic one-on-one information exchange. When you do this right, it is a hugely potent tool for crafting trust, managing conflict, and rallying overall morale. In fast-paced business environments, whether you're working out of London, Sydney, or New York, the ability to clearly articulate your thoughts and accurately discern the thoughts of the person sitting across from you is what builds lasting collaboration. You're really setting a higher standard with your messages here. Expanding a bit further, we look at small group communication. This is incredibly handy for effective team collaboration. Think about your daily scrums, your strategy meetings, or brainstorming sessions. This level of communication lets individuals have a much more open, interactive conversation, which directly leads to better decisions and higher productivity. When the flow of information in a team is optimized through clear, verbal cues, your organization is suddenly empowered to grab the right path and execute projects with absolute accuracy. It's a total game changer. Finally, we reach public communication. This is all about sharing your ideas with a much wider audience. You might use this skill to endorse a product, voice your views on an industry panel, or jump into public debates and online dialogues. Mastering this level doesn't just establish your authority, it acts as a massive networking tool. By communicating your complex ideas clearly to the public, you're literally paving the way for dynamic partnerships down the line. Section 3. Why verbal communication matters. Building trust and productivity. Now, I want you to notice the stark contrast here. Poor communication leaves us trapped in mix-ups, letting our biases and preconceptions completely cloud our interactions. But effective communication, it actively bridges that gap, transforming potential misunderstandings into quickly resolved issues. By speaking plainly and concisely, which is a massive hallmark of Western professional standards, you unify complex ideas and establish immediate trust. Instead of letting biases dictate the interaction, you're actively ensuring your message is received exactly as intended. So, what's the actual payoff? Well, here are the tangible benefits. First, it gives you a feasible approach to express yourself concisely. Second, it converts complex ideas into clear categories, which instantly positions you as highly competent to your peers. Third, it shapes perspectives about our world, making your messages memorable. And finally, positive communication dramatically boosts the confidence and overall morale of your entire team. You aren't just transferring data, you are literally crafting a positive atmosphere that empowers everyone to work smarter and faster. Section 4. How to improve your skills. Let's look at some actionable techniques for success. The absolute crucial point here is preparation, and it breaks down into 3 steps. Step 1. Ruminate, or think before you speak. Anticipate questions to avoid errors. Step 2. Comprehend your audience. Understand their interests and drives so you can actually connect with them on a personal level. And step 3, control your tone. Your tone of voice wildly impacts how others perceive you. Often, folks keep their emotions bottled up or they speak way too aggressively. Managing your tone ensures your message lands exactly right, driving the conversation forward productively. But remember, words don't exist in a vacuum. Your physical presence is just as vital. You need to form gentle, confident body language, maintain an upright posture, and preserve decent eye contact. These are super effective tools that physically force you to act and feel more confident. And please don't underestimate the power of a simple smile. It's an incredibly handy trick to instantly diminish anxiety levels, both for you and the person listening to you. Of course, communication is a two-way street, which brings us to active listening. This is such a fascinating skill. The source material emphasizes that to truly listen, you should literally try to imitate the speaker's thought process in your own mind. You aren't just waiting for your turn to speak, you are mentally walking in their shoes to capture what they actually need. Doing this makes you highly proficient at relating to others, completely transforming and improving that professional relationship. And look, mastering all this requires practice. You need to contemplate your efficacies and reflect on your skills regularly. The best way to do this? Practice communicating aloud with friends, coworkers, or family members. Yeah, it might feel a bit silly at first, but running through your points before a big meeting is exactly how you detect errors. It ensures your words are completely flawless and easy to understand when the real moment arrives. Section 5, putting it into practice, real-world applications. This perfectly illustrates the reality of our modern era. Verbal communication isn't just about the spoken forms, like talking, phone calls, or direct face-to-face meetings. It equally encompasses written forms, your emails, your texting, your written documentation. In professional spaces globally, digital etiquette is absolutely paramount. A perfectly constructed email or concise professional text allows for the immediate clarification of views. Both spoken and written forms play a decisive role in human interaction, and both require the exact same level of preparation, audience comprehension, and tone management we've been talking about. Which builds perfectly to our ultimate takeaway from the source material. True mastery is the fusion of verbal and nonverbal communication. It's the combination of your concise, well-planned words, your appropriate tone, your upright body language, and your digital directness. When you fuse these elements together, you craft unshakable rapport and learn new information faster than ever before. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one final, provocative thought. How will you use verbal communication to differentiate yourself today? Whether it's sending a flawlessly clear email, actively listening in your next small group meeting, or carefully managing your tone during a tough negotiation, how are you going to invest your brainpower and your precious time today to practice your skills and truly stand out? Think on that and start differentiating yourself right now. Thanks for joining me.